Welcome back, everybody, to the Detroit Lions franchise here on Madden 20. We have a lot of things to cover today, including the trade deadline, as well as a new development trait for Dwayne Stuber, the undrafted rookie out of Iowa. He has now gone up to star development after racking up 2 receiving touchdowns a week ago. And he has been such a surprise. I mean, with all the injuries to the receiving core, Juju Smith-Schuster starting the year for torn Achilles, John Ross getting suspended for 4 games, it's been great having him come in and play extremely well in the slot. And remember, he was not drafted. We picked him up as an undrafted free agent, and now he has been one of the most important players on this offense. So maybe with the star development, maybe we can build around him long term. We do have Juju, Galladay, and Bonner Sanders, so it will be challenging, but maybe his breakout opportunity will help us. And then look at this. The very next week, we have a breakout player, and it's Dwayne Stuber. So I've never seen this in Madden 20. Someone has a breakout challenge and completes it, and then the very next week they get another breakout challenge. So we could get Stuber from normal to superstar development in a matter of 2 weeks. We need 3 touchdowns or 150 receiving yards, so you all damn well know we're force-feeding him the ball. Also, Kenny Galladay's a little bit frustrated, mainly because Stuber was the main focus of the offense last week, and it'll be the same this week. Stuber will be force-fed the ball, but we do need to get Galladay 5 touches, and he is the best receiver on our team, so we can certainly do that. But obviously, Dwayne Stuber getting his breakout goal is more important and more of our focus. The Cardinals are a very talented team led by the top rushing offense in football. Kyler Murray at quarterback. They added Ezekiel Elliott last offseason. They also added former Lions Snacks Harrison to the interior of their defensive line to help their rushing offense and their rushing defense. So you got to hold the Cardinals to 1 or fewer rushing scores. And this week, John Ross has returned from his suspension. And, he could take that slot role back. But for obvious reasons, it will remain Dwayne Stuber's up until Juju Smith-Schuster comes back from his torn Achilles. So here's a look at the depth chart right now. And we have hit the trade deadline, and the Lions have won 4 straight, sitting at a 4-2 record. This team might not be selling. It may make sense for this squad to go out and make a big move, and I think that move has to be on defense. The offense looks great, but I think there's still a few holes on this defense that could be patched up, and there are a number of guys this team looked at potentially trading for. The Jets used a top 3 pick a few years ago on defensive tackle Quinnen Williams from Alabama, and he's been good, but I don't know if he's developed the way the Jets wanted him to. And the Lions would have to trade a lot for Quinnen, probably a first-round pick or so, and I don't think the Lions are willing to do that for a guy who's gotten 4.5 sacks the past 2 seasons, only 10 on his career, and he was a guy out of Alabama who was known as a run stopper and as a pass rusher. He's done a good job stopping the run, but needs to do more in the pass rush side. Looking at the gentleman who was drafted right after him, Clelin Ferrell for the Raiders, he has been disappointing after a dominant rookie season where he racked up 10.5 sacks, only 4 of the past 2 seasons, and just like Quinnen Williams, I don't think the Raiders really want to give up on him quite yet, but he is a guy who, if we get the right offer for, we could look at. So if we're not going to get someone young, why not look at some older players who are really good? And maybe we're going a little bit unrealistic here, looking at guys like J.J. Watt and Von Miller, who are 2 of the best players in football. And I just think it'll be a little bit too hard to get them, even with their old age. They're so good. And I don't think the Texans and Broncos really want to give them up. I think their goals are to have Watt and Miller retire as lifelong players of their respective teams. A more realistic option is Jarrell Casey of the Tennessee Titans. He's been their unsung hero in that defense for the past decade. He has been a key cog as a 3-4 end, a 4-3 defensive tackle, and, he could make sense for this Lions team. I don't think the Lions would have to give up too much for him, maybe a 3rd-round pick. And then another older player who's also extremely underrated is Cameron Hayward of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's another guy who can play inside, he can play outside as an end, but none of those guys would become Detroit Lions because the Lions settled on a different player from the Cincinnati Bengals defensive tackle Geno Atkins. The Bengals are a bad football team, and Geno Atkins has wasted his career there for 11 years, 0 playoff wins, and he is now going to be traded to the Detroit Lions. He's an extremely good run stopper, has 2 more years left on his contract, which isn't too bad. So what exactly are the Lions going to trade for Geno Atkins, you ask? And this package does include defensive tackle A'Shawn Robinson. Robinson's done nothing in this series. Even as the main defensive tackle this year, he's barely on the field, and he's just really not used a lot with this team. Plus his contract up, and based on his play, there's no reason for the Lions to re-sign him. So A'Shawn Robinson, undrafted rookie defensive end Tavon Sharp, and a third is headed to the Cincinnati Bengals for Geno Atkins, and a fourth. So the Lions are improving their team, adding a veteran in Geno Atkins, and basically just trading A'Shawn Robinson for him. I don't think the third and fourth round pick swap will mean too much. So Geno Atkins will certainly see more snaps than A'Shawn. And what does this mean for a guy like Shaquem Griffin or Deshaun Hand? Both of them could see less snaps, and I think of those two, Griffin has certainly outplayed Deshaun Hand. So if there's a big loser in this trade, I would say it is Mr. Hand. His contract is up at the end of this year, and I'm not sure if the Lions really want to bring him back, as the 5-2 Arizona Cardinals head out to Ford Field with the top rushing offense in football, set to take on the 4-2 Detroit Lions. The Lions are an undefeated 4-0 when Tez Lawson is the starter at quarterback. He has been so good for this team, really providing a spark as a rookie. And this offense and this team as a whole has been far different with Tez Lawson rather than with Matthew Stafford. First down, here's Kyler Murray. That was an easy pick six for Darius Slay if he held on to the football. After racking up 5 interceptions last year, 3 of which were pick sixes, all 3 of which were against the Bucks, I'm sure Slay would like to get on the board with an INT, and he does just that. After dropping a pick six earlier, Slay catches that INT, and the Lions will get the football back. Here's Tez Lawson on 3rd and 3, looking to throw it, scrambling like he's late on a date, launching a dart for Kenny Golladay, who brings it to the 24-yard line. Another very solid day for Tez Lawson in this one, and his key has been efficiency. Not the most of efficient plays there, but it's not really his fault. Noah Spence, the former Eastern Kentucky Colonial, I don't know what their mascot is, with a sack. And then 4th and 12, Matt Money Prater for the field goal. It's good. Lions take a 3-0 lead. So here's Arizona. Ezekiel Elliott loses 5, going nowhere, courteous of Trey Flowers. And Ezekiel Elliott had a surprisingly quiet game in this one. Only 9 carries for maybe the best running back in football. As on 2nd and 2, there's Andy Isabella, the third-year receiver out of the University of Massachusetts, showing off why the Cardinals picked him in the 2nd round. Speed, speed, speed. That guy's lightning quick down the field. And then Kyler with another nice pass on 3rd down, by the way, once again to Andy Isabella. Isabella finished with 6 catches for 85 yards in this game. 2nd and 7, Kyler rolling out, trying to get it to his running back David Johnson, but Jared Davis reads the play like a book. The 5th-year man out of Florida with the tackle. And then 4th and 5, Cardinals going to go for the field goal. Kick would be good, but late flag on the play, roughing the kicker on Amani Oruwariye. That's an automatic 1st down for the Cardinals. You cannot do that if you're Oruwariye. Costly penalty for Detroit, and sure enough, that would prove to be a 4-point difference as Kyler Murray finds his favorite target of a drive, Andy Isabella, for the score. So now, the Cardinals take a 7-3 lead off of Oruwariye's mistake, as here's Tez. He gets it to his fellow rookie, Dwayne Stuber, his first catch of the game, and unsurprisingly, Dwayne Stuber was very impactful in this one. 3rd down and 12, T-Law, plenty of time, sailing one for Golladay, who makes the catch, could take it to the house, but is wrapped up at the 5 by Budda Baker. But still, the Lions are driving, they're looking good, 1st and goal, Lawson backing up, connecting with Freddie Bonner-Sanders for the touchdown. Freddie Bonner-Sanders with his 2nd score of the season, and the former Texas Longhorn Hook'em Horns will make it 10-7 as he beats his whole team in tug-of-war. So now Detroit is up. Cardinals feeling a little bit of pressure as here's Ezekiel Elliott finding the hole just like I did in the bed last night, bringing it to the 31-yard line. Very nice run for the big man himself, Ezekiel Elliott. And then 2nd down, Kyler Murray, the former number 1 overall pick, is sacked by Geno Atkins, his first as a Detroit Lion. Atkins had a ton of pressure on Kyler all day and performed extremely well in his Lions debut. 3rd and 14, nice conversion to the tight end, Max with 2 X's Williams. And then from the 19, Cardinals trying to take the lead. That won't help. Kyler throws it into the middle of nowhere. I'm not sure why I showed that clip, but okay. 4th and 11 here is the field goal unit. The kick is good, and Oruwariye makes sure he does not run into the kicker, as Jason Sanders will tie the game up at 10. So the Lions are going to try to put up some points before the end of the half. Tez Lawson, more time than someone waiting in a McDonald's drive-thru at 5 o'clock in the morning, getting it to Dwayne Stuber. Now 4th and 4 with 11 seconds left. The Lions are saying, screw it. Might as well go for it, as Lawson's pass for Galladay is overthrown. That could have been a big gain for Detroit. So now the Cardinals are just going to heave up the Hail Mary, and their prayer would not be answered, as you can't spell intercepted without the D. Quandre Diggs with his second pick of the year. And that's how the first half would end. On to half number 2. Tez Lawson on first down. Beautiful throw for Dwayne Stuber. And Stuber probably could have gotten a few yards after the catch, but he was just trying to make sure he hauled it in. So you can't really fault him. And then look at Jalen Richard breaking the safety's ankles, finding the end zone for a Detroit Lion touchdown. Richard's first rushing score of the season. Obviously, Kerryon Johnson's has gotten a majority of the carries, but Richard just ended that man's career. And then what a hit from Deshaun Hand as he annihilates Kyler Murray. Ball comes out, Devon Kennard picks it up and gets the score. So the Lions have quickly made this a 2-possession lead off of big plays from Richard and Hand. 3rd and 5. Here's Murray scrambling. He's going to run for the first down before being brought down by Duvon Mann, as Kyler is obviously known for his running ability, and he wasn't really all that special in the run game, as he threw the ball 50 times in this one, and it showed. 3rd and 3, getting that one to the big fullback for the first down. Nice play for Arizona. And then trying to punch it in. 2nd and goal from the 5. Kyler dropping back to throw it. Play action fake, and he connects for the score. So Arizona will make it a little bit closer. Caleb Wilson with his first career receiving touchdown, the former Mr. Irrelevant Caleb Wilson. It's now first down from the 25. Here's Tez. He's going to get that one over to an open man, John Ross. Welcome back to the lineup, Johnny. Coming off a 4-game PED suspension, but he does get the first down there. And then 2nd and 3, Tez Lawson going to look to throw it. And Lawson has plenty of time, sailing one in the end zone for FBS. Freddie Bonner-Sanders with his second receiving score of the game, 3rd of the year. Lions back up by 2 possessions. Cardinals playing a little bit desperate right now. 2nd and 10, nasty spin move as Arizona brings it to the 34. Andy Isabella, of course, is the one making the play. He was dominant in this one for Arizona. And then first down, short pass for David Johnson, putting Tracy Walker in a chokehold, bringing him down to the 4. And when I say bringing him down, I mean David Johnson brought him down. 3rd and goal, nice deflection from Quandre Diggs, almost his second interception of the game. So 4th and goal, Arizona has to go for it. Arizona at this point hoping for a miracle, and they kind of get it. The pass is incomplete, but pass interference on Tracy Walker, and just like that, the Cardinals have a new set of downs, and this will give them the perfect opportunity to punch it in. 1st and goal, Caleb Wilson, the motion man, and he will get the rushing score. So Caleb Wilson's been in the league 2.5 years. He's never scored a touchdown, but today he has scored 2 touchdowns, 1 in the air, 1 on the ground, and the Cardinals have once again brought the lead back to 7. 2nd and 2 for Tez Lawson. He is backing up as far as he can, and he gets a beautiful pass for Dwayne Stuber, and Stuber would be getting closer and closer to that 150 yardage mark. He does not have a touchdown, so if the Lions want to up that dev trait, they're going to have to focus on the yardage. Another nice play from Dwayne Stuber, and then 3rd and 2, Detroit going to try to punch it in. As Tez Lawson looking to throw it. Lawson scrambling like eggs on a frying pan, and he would be sacked by Chandler Jones, one of the best and most underrated pass rushers of the decade. And then Matt Prater would sink his second field goal of the game, so the Lions are up by 10, which means they're up by 2 scores, and the Cardinals in code language are not looking good. First down, Murray gets it to Max XX Williams, who brings it to the 44. Cardinals trying to have a nice drive, and all they can do is throw it, which is all they've done all game. Kyler threw it 50 times. Zeke only ran it 9 times, which is embarrassing. 3rd down, excellent pass from Kyler. That'll be a first down for Arizona. And then 4th down, they're going to go for a field goal themselves here, trying to make it a 7-point game, get the onside kick, and they would make the field goal. Jason Sanders now 2 for 2. So this is it. The Lions have to recover the onside kick if they want to clinch the game, and that's what they do, as it would be recovered. And it's only fitting that Dwayne Stuber picks it up, who finished with 153 receiving yards. Lions get the win 34-27, and they improve to 5-2.
Hey,